One time Jen's dad was helping me with a bathroom project, and there was a cast iron 5-inch pipe going down through the second story, and he said, if you crack that, it's going to be thousands of dollars worth of damage and I'm going to leave. But you have to hit the top of it with a hammer and break the little top piece off. So I was just tapping it, and then he was, 2 seconds later, he has a temper. 2 seconds later, he was going, hit it! I said, I don't want to break it. So I'm going to tell you what your dad said. Hit it! Last week on Homestead How, I severely injured my thumb, cutting my tendon, and I'm kind of useless now. Our minivan tie rod end broke because we bought a cheap one on Amazon. Don't do that. So Jen's going to attempt to help me fix this with my guidance and coaching. See if we can survive and get the minivan fixed on the cheap on our homestead. And at the end of this episode, as we do in every episode, we're going to show you some of our favorite homestead photos. Stop looking at it.
There's lots of bees.
So the tie rod broke while I was coming in the driveway. The wheel snapped to the side, and then that caused the CV axle to also break. So it's a pretty big fix we got to work on here. Are you in focus, and am I in focus? Yes? Look at it. I can't see as good as you.
I can see you.
Well, now you're not going to be in focus because you're closer. Right there, are you in focus?
I can't.
So as some of you may know, Jen and I have been together since we're 14 years old. We tend to get along pretty well, but we don't work together very well. We're going to do our best here. Hopefully this doesn't end in a divorce. Is it moving?
Yes.
There, jeez. I would have had that thing on an hour ago.
I know, Karen, I know.
So one thing Jen and I learned on this project is you need the proper tool for the job. We're trying to get the CV axle out, and in some cases it'll just pop out, it'll just slip out. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. In our case, we spent about 2 days trying to get it out. I finally rented this slide hammer from the auto parts store. They charge you $100. You can bring it back within 90 days. They give you your $100 back. And this was the proper tool for the job. But even after 2 days of Jen hitting it and me hitting it, it didn't come out until right here. Unfortunately, I didn't get the audio, but I was screaming like an idiot. I was so happy that thing finally popped out because really the rest of the job is pretty easy. Put the hub back in, put the tie rod end on, the brakes, and we're good to go. But we were stuck for so long on this part. Pretty excited to finally get it out. Okay, we got it out. Let's go. Jen's going to finish the reinstall now.
I had to change.
Homestead How, represent. So you got to take that piece off. I got that piece in there. I don't know how, you might want to use the long breaker bar, or you could, I would use this, but that's just me.
Where's something?
You're going to have to hit it down with your hand like I taught you. No, that's the correct way. Down. Hit it with your hand. No. Jeez, come on. Can you go faster? I would have had that off already. Is that the wrong thing to say? Is that the wrong thing to say?
Yes. Because you're so
I would have had both
full
of
of yourself.
I would have had both of them out already. I'd be doing 2 right now. I will get 2 sockets out and do 2 at the same time.
You can try. You can do this yourself. Nobody said you couldn't. Actually.
Yeah, look at this. I gotta get this. I have to get this off tomorrow, and the guy's gonna be like, "What the hell were you doing?"
Nobody said you couldn't do it.
Looks like I stuck it in a porta potty. That's
Not moving.
pops off, Jen. You just unscrewed the nut. You just pop it out.
And I just tried.
Do the top one now. Now we can put this in very carefully. Grab this piece. This is the CV joint that you just greased the end of. Nicely grease the end of. We're going to have to slide that in very carefully. Don't get the grease on the ground or get a little hair stuff stuck in the grease. You're going to have to slide that all the way in.
Heavy. Really heavy.
There you go. Now, you have to hit the end of it with a big hammer until you hear that thing seat and click. Okay, she just pounded it back in. I had to help. I'm gonna go behind through each of those and into the back of the hub. This is to go other way. This has to go in there and you have to clip that. So the name of the channel is Homestead How. Learn with us. Another thing we learned is don't buy the cheapest products they have on Amazon. They have hubs and tie rod ends that are really inexpensive, but you really want to check the reviews because we put a tie rod end on here last year and it broke. And I went back and checked the reviews and they've since had a lot of similar complaints of them not lasting a full year before breaking. So don't want to cheap out on things like that. And these are already got seal. They already got Loctite on them from behind. Should be a lot easier now with the spline out. Remember, you're gonna have to clip that little clipper too.
I know, Carrie. You would have had this done already.
I would be driving to the store right now to get myself a Diet Coke from Quick Trip.
I know.
Like I deserve.
Mm-hmm. You men think you have it all figured out.
You're getting my nice tools all greasy. I never used these tools before.
Yeah, and who bought them for you?
You're going the wrong way. You got it real tight? Now you gotta redo that electrical connection. So after editing this video, I realized I am just way too impatient. Jen's doing a really good job here. I don't know many women that would get their hands this dirty, but I gotta be more patient. You're gonna have to bend the spline. You know, you can like lift it up and in, and then it's gotta come through. It's gonna go in here. After a lot of thought about my hand injury from last week, the main cause of that was being impatient and working too fast. So that's really something I got to work on. How'd you come back down so early? Look, your hole's not lined up, so push down with this hand. Push down. Yeah, and then you got to put the screw in when the hole lines up. Do the bottom one first, please. Oh, you're right there. You gotta push it back and down, towards the car and down. This isn't easy.
No, I'm sure you'd be done with it already.
Down. Yeah. You're almost there. Right. Wiggle it around like that.
Can't get this out of the way or move your hand or something.
All you gotta do is shake it around a little bit and put it in. Shake it around. Okay, switch.
And then you can just finish it yourself.
So I don't know if you caught that, but she said, I'm done. You can finish this yourself, which I deserve. So with one good hand, I get to put this back together, which is actually the easy part. The hard work's all done now. So put the hub back in, put the tie rod end in, and just take it easy using one hand. Put some grease in the tie rod end, tighten everything down real good, and put the brake pads back on. All right, we're all fixed. The tire's back on, the rotor's on, the brake's on. Gotta go make up with Jen. I'm not patient enough. Let's see if this thing works. Feels good. Feels real good. Jen's in there. She's mad at me. Yeah, it's all fixed. Now we just gotta work on the marriage.